Senators, if we are to preserve the values of America, the lives of women and children, we must not pass this bill. My problem is not within paid maternity leave itself, but within the specifications of this bill. The first question I'd like to raise is why maternity leave? According to Ellen Nordholz, a general physician who writes for the New York Times, women are physically capable of returning to work within the first month after delivery. But then why do we extend these 12 weeks only to women if the point is childcare? Why not paternity leave too? Why does this bill focus solely on women? Are we designating the job to take care of children in the hands of women? Senators, this is an anti-feminist step. Second, there are benefits of the parent returning to work immediately, or at least getting 100% of the salary. All research studies, including one by the National Institute of Child Health and Development, show that mothers working full-time within 4 weeks after childbirth leads to increased financial security, which therefore reduces levels of stress and increases the mother's sensitivity toward the women. Now, when doing a meta-analysis of the study, of the reason behind this by the Harvard Psychology Department, it shows that this is because of the increased financial security. Now, this financial security cannot be guaranteed, especially to low-wage workers with only 40% of their salary. Higher-wage workers who are in a financial position to support themselves without the necessity of full salary already have legislation in place to do this for them. This includes the FMLA Act, which what it does is it guarantees 12-week job security without paid maternity leave. So workers who don't need the financial support have this. Workers who need it will not be able to survive on a 40% salary basis. Second, we have another problem here. Why only 12 weeks? Now, various senators, and Senator Senthil, Senator Arvind, and Senator Karim all pointed to other countries. And what they showed us, the majority of the developed countries had over 20 to 30 weeks of paid maternity leave. What Senator Arvind mentioned was that 20 weeks shows positive psychological benefits for the women, for the mother. But we're not giving 20 weeks, we're only giving 12 weeks. And stating this bill would reduce the possibility that we as a nation would get together to actually debate the increase of this amount. Second, this also has So second, what Senator Karim said was that if many of these women struggle to take off a day. So once again, I go back to the point that if many of these women are unable to survive, they need a higher salary, more than 40%. So it's the logistics of this bill that are fundamentally flawed. Not the concept of paid maternity leave, but the concept of offering 12 weeks at 40%. Furthermore, what this does is it places increased stress on employers. According to the Harvard Business Review, the main goal of companies is to generate maximum revenue for investors. And this deters from that goal, and what it does is it reduces companies' incentives to hire women. And this is, again, a very anti-feminist step. So what we must do is let employers and women decide this with their personal relationships depending on the situation. We cannot use big data, and we cannot legislate against this. It's a personal choice between women and companies. And as I also said, if we are, thank you.
That was 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Questions?
Considering women who going back into work within a month are often seen to have medical issues, why should we allow them to go back into work or put stress on them to go back to work?
Senator, I am not asking women to go back to work in a month. What I'm saying is that it's a personal relationship. As I said, we could extend it to 20 months or 52 months, but that's not the point. The point is this bill specifically, for 12 weeks at 40% doesn't work. If women were granted 12 weeks at a higher salary, say 80%, I would fully support that. But this bill in its logistics is wrong. I'm not telling women to go back to work in a month.
Senator, you're talking about the women being physically able to work after 1 month. But remember, this is also about, you're talking about childcare. This is more about bonding between the mother and the child. And she's able to spend more time when she's at home.
Well, I'd like to ask why that bonding can't happen between the father and the child.
No, because mother is needing more, because mother gave the birth.
So, as I said, again and again, I'm not against the concept of paid maternity leave. It's just that this bill would not be able to support many families if they were given a 12-week leave at 40%.
Senator Karim, you have a question?
Senator, how would you if by negating, how would you solve the mother's dropout rates due to the fact that they have a newborn child and they want to take care of them instead? So how would you solve the dropout rate problem?
Well, 43% of women leave the workforce after giving birth. Of that, over 84% come back, according to the Orthodox Union. So now the point is basically this: that again, it's a personal decision between employers and women. So what the woman wants to do is her own choice. Again, 12 weeks is not enough, may not be enough to several women, and still may quit, because as several people said, you need 20 weeks or 52 weeks to develop a psychological relationship.
It's shown that women only need up to 15 to 20, about 15 weeks to have that relationship with their child at most. So why are you saying that it should be more than that?
Well, I'm just illustrating and emphasizing the statistics shown to me by what other countries do. So 15 to 20 weeks, this still is not 15 to 20 weeks, it's 12 weeks, it's still not in the bill.
A motion for a follow-up?
Yes.
So you stated how 40% is too little, and that women should be able to negotiate that with their employers. Now, many employers will not be willing to give this money to the woman, and there's no federal legislation stating that they have to. So what can we do to solve this?
So then again, it's the point of a business is to make money. So it's the employer's choice and the women's choice to see what they think is best for the company and what she thinks is best for herself and her family. And the employer would do what's best for it. So if they believe though they need this woman, the employers will be willing to negotiate higher rates. If not, the woman would have to negotiate to keep herself. But again, as I said, the employer is focusing on the business, what's needed for the business, the woman on what's needed for herself, and it's, again, as I'm repeating again and again, it's a personal decision that balances those two factors. There are too many factors in each specific situation for us to be able to mandate it.
Motion for that follow-up?
One question from online. Senator Crane?
Senator, exactly how long till these 84% of women come back?
Well, I don't have the exact statistics on that, because this just illustrates my point once more. It's each specific situation is different, each specific scenario is different, and what we must do is we must let each individual tailor to their own situation and not legislate against everything as a whole.
Well, Senator, you're mentioning that the employer is looking out for his business, but remember that when the mother comes back after 3 months of leave, she's more productive in her workplace.
Well, so the FMLA already guarantees women 3 months leave, and as I say, FMLA already gives women 3 months leave. So if the employer believes that a woman will be more productive, then it's their choice to give the woman as much leave as they wish to do so.
All right, thank you.